to get loud and say it with me. This is Monster Jam!
So let's kick things off with the JCB Racing Competition. This is a contest of speed and skill, as it is their driver and their Monster Jam truck in a race against the clock and the other competitors. Each one of these drivers will have one opportunity and one opportunity only out on the track to turn in their best time. After all 8 drivers have been given that chance, the driver with the fastest time will be crowned your racing winner and the recipient of the first 8 points towards the overall event championship. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look down on the track right now, and this is never a good sign. Gravedigger being hooked immediately after the Power Rush intro and being towed all the way to the pit area. Kay, what can you say? Is there anything you can see from down there?
Well, Logan Vessels yesterday was a little worried about the EFI, the electronic fuel injection, but it held up for event number 1 and 2. So I'm suspecting that it's probably something that, because Logan still said to this day that he was not able to fix that problem.
A little bit of bad luck right there and some bad news for the Gravedigger fans in the house. But of course, we have the best technicians in the world hard at work at getting Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger back out here, not only hopefully for racing, but the rest of the event. That said, who's ready for JCB Racing? Coming up first from Orlando, Florida, it's Logan Ashline, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Make some noise for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Take a look up at the video board. The time is now official, 11.567. That is your time to beat with Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Coming up next, racing out of Osteen, Florida, it's Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken. Keep it going for Kraken with some style points on the end. Lots of things happened during that race pass for Kraken. A great save, a preview of the two-wheel skills challenge, and most importantly, a brand new time to beat, 10.653. New leader here in JCB Racing. Coming up next from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Brandon Haluchka, Megalodon. Make some noise for Megalodon. Brandon Haluchka looking smooth, looking fast, and he will ride the wave to a new time to beat, 10.052 with Megalodon.
From Mooresville, North Carolina, here comes Chelsea Van Cleve, El Toro Loco.
Make some noise for El Toro Loco. Good look at the super glue, glued to the action. Replay right there. The time on the board is now official 11.789. That'll put El Toro Loco in fourth place for now. Time to beat, still Megalodon. Coming up next from Clarion, Pennsylvania, Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. Another great pass, another great save on the back end, and another new leader. Our first time inside of 10 seconds belongs to Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris, 9.955. That's going to push everybody else down the ladder one rung. Megalodon will slot into second place, 10.052. That's going to push Kraken down into third. Monster Mutt Dalmatian down into fourth, and that means El Toro Loco will fall into fifth place for now. But there are still at least two more competitors to come. We'll see if Gravedigger is able to compete here in JCB Racing. Meanwhile, coming up next, also racing out of Osteen, Florida, it's Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. Keep it going for Excalibur. As our USHRA tech officials reset the turn pole and repark Excalibur, it's important to note if that turn pole would have been broken during the race pass, it would have resulted in a 5-second penalty. However, since it was broken at the end of the race pass after Excalibur crossed the finish line, it is a clean pass. Once again, if a driver crushes that turn pole during their pass, they will be assessed a 5-second penalty. Meanwhile, there's the time for Excalibur, 10.827. He'll slide into 4th place for now. Coming up next, from Rockport, Texas, Alex Barton, Just Get Her Done 2. Make some noise for Just Get Her Done 2. The time is official, 10.880, 5th place for now for Just Get Her Done 2. Ladies and gentlemen, now it is the moment of truth, the 60-second clock just beneath my image up on the video board that is rolling for Gravedigger. Kay, it seems like Tyler Menninga and his crew now have 47 seconds and counting to make it out to the track here for the competition. But now I'm seeing the black and green truck rolling to huge applause here in Duluth. And that should signal some great news for the Gravedigger fans.
John, I was getting word just now that they replaced the rear steer motor. Luckily, he's got the best crew, though. Logan Vessels and Lexi back there. Rear steer motor issue, but now he's back to go.
Rear steer motor issues, but he is out here, and he is Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. Keep it going for Gravedigger. The video board tells the story. The time is official. It is a fast pass, but it is not fast enough. 10.396 for Gravedigger, a 3rd place finish. And that means your JCB Racing winner is the man on the screen, Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris.
What a way to start our very last event here in Duluth by catching that W. It looked like the track was perfectly set up for you.
It's perfect. You know, this dirt, it changes all weekend long as we run on it and compact it more and more and more. And man, right now, it's so compact going around that turn. It's like the perfect driftiness. Down here, you can get a perfect little drift going. Man, it just felt so amazing. I knew it was a fast time. As soon as I was in the air, I'm like, you know what, let's catch a little stoppie here. I saw Kraken over there do a little stoppie too, man. Little bonus points right there.
The stoppie, though, is probably the perfect execution to come into the next competition, the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. You got to test it out there a little bit on the JCB racing track. So how do you feel now coming in? You're on the momentum's on your side.
Hey, that was just a little sneak peek for you guys. I got a few tricks up my sleeve, but I'm going to let you all be surprised. But you know what? You're going to see trucks on their front wheels, back wheels, side wheels, upside down wheels. Duluth, hold on to your butts because it's about to get hot.
Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. The big leap across the finish line, saving it on the front two BKT tires. And for the first time this weekend, we have a JCB racing winner, not named Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger. Congratulations is due to Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris. He puts 8 big points on the board. And speaking of, let's take our first look of the day at the BKT overall event standings. And of course, with that win, we're going to see Thunder Roris in first place with those 8 points. He's followed by Megalodon. Another great start for Brandon Toluchka. 7 points on the board for him. Gravedigger Tyler Meninga rounds out the top 3 with 6. He's followed by Kraken Nick Pagliarulo with 5. In 5th place, we have the younger Pagliarulo brother in Excalibur with 4 points. Followed by Just Get Her Done 2 with 3. Monster Mutt Dalmatian with 2. And El Toro Loco rounds out the top 8 with 1 point, but still plenty of points up for grabs. Anybody can walk away with that overall event championship. Coming up in just a little bit, we are going to see the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. And this is where you're going to see some of the most technical moves in our sport put on full display. We did get a little bit of a preview from Thunder Roris and Kraken during the racing competition, but here in this competition, they will have 2 attempts to show you their best moves. You might see classics like sky wheelies. You might see fan favorites like nose wheelies, moonwalks. You may even see bicycles. You may even see something that you have never seen before. But keep in mind, this competition is going to be all in your hands at judgeszone.com. We'll get more into that coming up in just a little bit with the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge.
We are hanging up with my buddies Tristan and Cash, and we're going to play a puzzle game. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the video board. Some puzzle pieces are going to fall, and you have to guess what truck it is. Are you ready? They're ready. They're shaking their head yes. All right, let's see the puzzle pieces. All right. I think this truck is here. It is red and white. You already know it? I don't know. It's got some teeth, so it might be Megalodon. Wait, what did you just say?
Thunder Roris!
Thunder Roris! They said it so loud, too. It is Thunder Roris. Congratulations. Guess what you two just won? You won 4 tickets to Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. You guys are going to the circus. It's happening right here next year, February 21st. Congratulations. There you go.
Congratulations to those 2 young fans coming back here to the Gas South Arena for Ringling Brothers, the brand new and reinvented Ringling Brothers. But now we're going to get back into business with our second competition. It's the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. And like I said before, from here on out, starting with this competition, it is all in your hands at judgeszone.com. As soon as the run is over, you want to have your smartphone out, ready to lock in your scores. The event code is DUL. And you're only going to have 20 seconds. So once the ribbon boards go red, lock in your score for that driver, because you and you alone will be choosing the winner here in this competition. That said, who's ready for the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge? Let's start things off with Chelsea Van Cleve, El Toro Loco. That is one attempt down, one remains. It sounds like that Monster Jam truck just shut off as she is refired. She has one attempt remaining.
Let's make some noise for Chelsea Van Cleve, El Toro Loco. Time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. You have less than 20 seconds right now for Chelsea Van Cleve and El Toro Loco. You can see up on the video board those two attempts brought to you by the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay.
You can also see El Toro Loco heading immediately towards the crash area. A locked up rear planetary on that left wheel, not getting any power to it. So it looks like the recovery team is going to have to hook that truck and push it out the rest of the way. Fortunately for her and the El Toro Loco team, they've got a lot of time with halftime coming up to work on that Monster Jam truck. Meanwhile, there's a good look inside the cab at Chelsea Van Cleve. Let's see what you came up with for the first time here this afternoon. 6.505. That is your score to beat. Monster Jam fans, so many trucks remaining in this competition, 7 in total. And remember, you've got to get used to locking in those scores, because not only is the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge in your hands, but when we get back from halftime, Monster Jam Donuts, the scores are up to you there as well. And of course, in Monster Jam Freestyle. So from here on out, who you decide as a group will walk away with the win is exactly who is going to win that competition. Meanwhile, back to the action. It's Logan Ashline, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Let's show some love to Logan Ashline, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Scoring is now open for judgeszone.com for Logan Ashline and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Time to get those scores locked in. You can take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. 2 popper attempts, one off the log stack and then one off of the big ramp there at the far end of the track.
A good run from start to finish from Logan Ashline behind the wheel of Monster Mutt Dalmatian. But now, her fate is in your hands as you sit in the stands at judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores. I hope you did. 20 seconds are gone. Scores are locked. Let's see what you thought of Monster Mutt Dalmatian. 6.436. Close, but only enough for second place right now. Score to beat still El Toro Loco. Here comes Alex Barton. Just get her done, too.
Give it up for Alex Barton and just get her done too. You know what to do now. Ribbon boards are red. That means you are officially on the clock now at judgeszone.com. You can take a look at the video board to see those 2 attempts. Nice balancing act using that front wheelie bar there on the popper attempt as we take a look at the second attempt there.
Alex Barton driving Just Get Her Done 2 for the first time in his career this weekend. And you can see really starting to settle in after 2 events yesterday. Let's check out the score to beat first, 6.505. That's with El Toro Loco. Your scores for Just Get Her Done 2 are... a nice ovation and an even better score. New leader, 8.353. Coming up next, it's Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur.
Let's make some noise for Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. Giving you 2 great attempts, that one being the bicycle attempt. Time to get those scores locked in as we take a look at the replay up on the video board. A little combination try there from Excalibur. You've got about 5 seconds left now at judgeszone.com.
It's important to note just how difficult it is to try to execute a bicycle, especially in the smaller confines of an arena like this. You're basically inducing a rollover before trying to save it on all four tires. In the meantime, let's see what you came up with for that run from Excalibur. 6.238, fourth place for now. Looking to make it 2 wins in a row, it's Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. Make some noise for Thunder Roris. Man, oh man, Tony Oaks was inches away from a spectacular one-wheel save. As you're locking in those scores, let's take a look right there. If he got a little more drive in that front right tire, 2 different times, I think he's able to flip that Monster Jam truck back over on all 4 wheels, but he comes up just a drop short. Sometimes here in Monster Jam, it is a game of inches. Now the question becomes, will that rollover affect his scores? Score to beat right now, 8.353. Your score for Thunder Roris is... It did not hurt his score at all. A nice ovation as he has flipped back over. Tony Oaks, your new leader here in the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge.
We are hanging out with my buddy Keith, and we are going to do a trivia game question. So, Keith, we're going to look up at the video board, and we are going to see the trivia question and see if you can get it right, all right? Okay. Oh, man, that's a tough one. Is it A, B, C, D? Duluth, can you help KJ out? C? I don't know. B? What do you think it is?
A B.
B, 1982. B. Is he correct? Let's see. Drum roll. KJ, congratulations. You just won 4 tickets to Monster Jam at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're going back to Monster Jam.
As Thunder Roris makes his way back to the crash area, great shout out to KJ, who's going to Atlanta Motor Speedway next year for Monster Jam. You can be in the house too. It's going to be April 12th and 13th, 2025. Tickets go on sale in just 17 days. That's right, September 17th. You can pick up your tickets to Atlanta Motor Speedway Monster Jam. It is an event like none other. In the meantime, we have a new leader right here, right now. Thunder Roris leapfrogs the competition, jumps into first place with that 8.769. That's going to push Just Get Her Done 2 into second. El Toro Loco will round out the top 3 for now. Monster Mutt Dalmatian in fourth. Excalibur falls into fifth place. Still 3 trucks to go here in the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. The first of those three, Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken.
Give it up for Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken. That last attempt, a wild bicycle attempt there, saves it, kind of slides a little bit too there on the side of that tire. And then we see on the super glue glued to the action, the first attempt there off of the big jump there at the far end of the track. Time to get those scores locked in. You've got about 4 seconds left now. Code is the same, DUL.
Nick Pagliarulo taking a page out of his younger brother Mike's book. Very similar run, maybe playing a little game within themselves to see who can execute the moves better. In the meantime, let's check out your scores at judgeszone.com. 6.455. He will take over 4th place for now, but your score to beat is still with Thunder Roris. Coming up next, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger.
Make some noise for Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. QR code is up on the video board if you decide to use that instead of judgeszone.com on your web browser. And there we have it, the 2 attempts there. The bicycle showing extraordinary control. John, it's like he almost stops mid-bicycle just to hang on.
If fans were with me, Kay, with us here during the pit party, when I was talking to Tyler Menninga, he said he was trying a new trick all weekend. And I'm not sure he's gotten everything out of that bicycle combination that he's been looking for, but truly an innovator on 2 wheels, one of, if not the best in the world in this competition right now. Nice ovation right there for Tyler Menninga. Let's check out the scores from judgeszone.com. 8.093. That is a 3rd place finish for Tyler Menninga right now. Final competitor here in the 2-wheel skills challenge is Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon.
Let's hear it for Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon. Get those scores open at judgeszone.com. He is our last competitor of the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Showing off the bicycle attempt there at the very end with a little bit of a sidewall donut. And let's see what those scores are going to be. Will he be the leader? Will he be the winner, excuse me, of the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge?
It's going to come down to your scores, of course. It's going to come down to Thunder Roris or Megalodon. Each one had a great run. Megalodon looking for his second win in this competition of the weekend. 8.769 is the score to beat. Your score for Megalodon is... We have a winner! It is Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon. He jumps up with a big-time win, 9.022. I think the difference was that sidewall save. He couldn't quite get the sidewall donut, but it definitely had a wow moment. Kay, I know you're going to talk to Brandon here in a second, but wow, what a run for him right now, 2 in a row.
Absolutely, he has been on a tear here this weekend. Your winner of the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon. Wow, what a second attempt there with the sidewall donut into the save. I mean, I know you've been doing that all season long, but it looks like you've really perfecting it, especially on this dirt.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You know, the pod is actually settling down as the weekend goes on. So I see you have to work a little harder for the sidewall. But actually what scared me the most, I was coming in the sidewall and I seen the truck I originally drive get her done right there. I'm like, I better save this thing before I roll right into her.
Well, you know, you have a whole second half of Monster Jam. We got donuts, we got Monster Jam Freestyle. We're getting into the halftime right now. So momentum is kind of on your side. Donuts was doing really well for you. Of course, Freestyle yesterday, it literally came down to Freestyle between you and Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris. Do you think that you can edge him out here tonight?
Yeah, I was saying earlier, you know, what I could have done last night was stay more consistent throughout the first part of the show. And we got second racing, so just carry the momentum, spin that sucker, chase its tail, you know, and then get wild for freestyle.
You are currently tied for the lead right now with Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris, just to let you know. So we'll see what they do in the second half. Let's make some noise right now for your winner of the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. It's Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon.
Congratulations in order for both of our winners here in the first half. Of course, Brandon Toluchka and Megalodon from seconds ago, and kicking things off, it was Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris with the JCB Racing Competition win. This is halftime. It's the perfect time for you to get out of your seats, stretch your legs, walk around the concourse, grab some refreshments, and maybe even check out an official Monster Jam merchandise stand. But don't go too far, because we're coming right back with more Monster Jam. Here they come, the high-flying superstars of Freestyle Motocross. Some of the best in the world brought right here to Duluth to fly through the sky here in the Gas South Arena.
Our 4 FMX riders will take to the sky here 4 different times to test out the ramps right before they get into the best trick competition. Our ramps are about 70 to 75 feet spread apart, and our riders will get about 40 to 45 feet high in the air. Don't forget to take your pictures, your videos, use the hashtag MonsterJam. Upload them to your favorite social media site. As we welcome our first rider, Brendan Reardon. Say hello to our second rider, Brett Schwalm. Make some noise for our third rider coming up, Greg Duffy. And our last rider up, let's hear it for TJ Tiffany. Our 4 freestyle motocross riders coming to you from all across the United States, from Maryland down to Florida. As we see Brett Schwalm with the heel clicker. Greg Duffy showing off some of his moves, the double grab heart attack. Brendan Reardon coming to you from Jacksonville, Florida with 24 years of riding experience, a gold medalist at the 2017 IDES. Brett Schwalm comes to you from Richmond, Pennsylvania, toured in Japan and all over the world. Greg Duffy from Graysonville, Maryland, the only person to do a double front flip, and he used to race Pro Nationals. TJ Tiffany from Orlando, Florida was a 10-year veteran Supercross rider. As Brendan Reardon showcases off the captain. They're going to finish things up here with their last practice ramp test. And finally, TJ Tiffany. Duluth, let's hear it for Team US FMX. All right, we are now going to get into our best trick competition. And this is where our riders will have one attempt to showcase their best trick. And you, the fans, will use judgeszone.com just like you've been doing for our Monster Jam drivers. You'll have 20 seconds to lock in your fan scores. And the code is still the same, DUL. Of course, we'll let you know when scoring is open there at judgeszone.com. You'll also see the super glue glued to the action replay as well. So we are just going to get the word there from TJ Tiffany as he's just checking out the ramp one last time. Did you all like what you saw? Just almost practice ramp test? That is just a preview of what you are about to witness here in just a moment from our riders. TJ Tiffany, though, he was perfect last night. He was perfect yesterday, all Saturday, event number 1 and event number 2, getting the 2 wins. And now he's looking to sweep the entire weekend here. And he gives the thumbs up. Brendan, Greg, Brett, you guys ready then too? You guys are all ready to go? All right, George, are you ready for the best trick competition?
We got to keep the energy up for all 4 of these riders as they get one shot and one shot only. Coming up first, it's Brendan Reardon. They can hear you on the track, so the louder you get, the bigger they will go, the higher they will fly. So while each rider is making their run up, you've got to start to make some noise. Let's see if we can do it. Let's get loud.
Let's hear it for Brendan Reardon, showcasing off the cliffhanger. And there it is on this video board, the super glue glued to the action replay, puts his feet on the handlebars and then extends outward. That is the cliffhanger, and that will set the tone for the other 3 riders here. Scores are in.
Let's see what you came up with the first time here in the best trick competition. 7.288, a very good score, and that will set the bar. We still got 3 more competitors up next. It's Brett Schwalm. Some throttle pops there, getting the crowd on his side. But you know what you've got to do, Duluth. Let's see if we can pump them up. Let's make some noise.
Brett Schwalm with the exotic move there. Was it good enough to take the lead away from Brendan Reardon and the cliffhanger move? Time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com as we take a look at that replay in slow motion. It is the super glue glued to the action replay, and your scores are locked.
Score to beat is a 7.288. The score for Brett Schwab is 7.535. He will jump into that top spot just barely, but it's enough for a brand new score to beat. Coming up next, it's Greg Duffy. Greg Duffy's been close. 2 second-place finishes yesterday. Looking to take the win here in his final shot. You know what you've got to do, Duluth. We're going to see if we can get on his side. Let's see if we can amp him up. Let's make some noise.
Let's hear it for Greg Duffy. With the heart attack move, there it is in the replay. Almost looks like a handstand there. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. There he goes. Gets it back up on the pod. Time to get those scores locked in for Greg Duffy.
Unbelievable concentration, unbelievable flexibility. Score to beat 7.535. The score for Greg Duffy is... We've got another new leader. It's an 8.847. Scores keep going up and up and up, but one more competitor, and he is 2 for 2 on the weekend, trying to sweep. His name, T.J. Tiffany. Here's TJ showing the love to both sides of the arena. No doubt trying to get the crowd on his side. But it's going to come down to what trick he has up his sleeve. As he makes his approach, you know what to do. Let's make the noise.
TJ Tiffany with the rock solid. All right, time to get those scores locked in. Showing off just a little bit there at the very end. Super glued to the action replay up on the video board there from TJ Tiffany, looking to sweep the weekend like John said. Will it be his weekend? Scores are in.
Either way, he has taken Look Mom No Hands to a whole new level. Your score to beat, 8.877. Your score for TJ Tiffany is 9.302. He will do it. Make it 3 for 3 for TJ.
Congratulations to TJ Tiffany sweeping the weekend here in Duluth. There, the scores are up on the video board, 9.302. But before we talk to TJ, do you want to see some more freestyle motocross? Our riders are going to take to the sky 3 more times in what we call a monster jam train. They're going to go back to back to back to back 3 times. But you all have to get as loud, as wild, as crazy as you can. Once you see that front tire hit the mat, I need the entire arena to get as loud as you possibly can. There they go. They're coming back around another time here. Having a little fun. Ready to showcase here for the second to last time in this Monster Jam train. Make some noise for TJ Tiffany, Brendan Reardon, Brett Schwalm, and Greg Duffy. Duluth for the very last time this weekend. For the very last time today. Let's hear it for Team USFMX. They will take to the ramp And this is your last opportunity to take your pictures, your videos, and your last time to get as loud as you can. Are you ready to fly? Make some noise once again for TJ Tiffany, Brennan Reardon, Brett Schwalm, and Greg Duffy. Let's hear it for your best trick competition winner, TJ Tiffany. TJ, you swept the entire weekend. How does that make you feel coming out here to Duluth and being able to just capture the wins?
Oh man, there's nothing else like it. Being out here in front of a live crowd, you guys are so loud we can barely hear our bikes. You all having fun or what?
You threw down the rock solid. It looks incredible when we see it up on the replay on the video board. How long does it take for you to learn those types of moves?
I'm still practicing. We're off the bike each and every week. We're practicing at home in between weekends. I mean, even when I'm going at the ramp today for the best trick, I'm like, oh, I really hope I let go and actually do this trick. And but yeah, we're practicing on and off the bike, and peer pressure in motocross is definitely a good thing from your friends.
We see it on Supercross, and you're a veteran Supercross rider, and I mean, when we watch Supercross, we see you get that big air sometimes. Is that what led you into just doing freestyle motocross exclusively?
Yeah, absolutely. I got to jump a ramp for the first time about 14 years ago, and that was when I was into Supercross and everything. And from that point on, I knew I was like, man, I want to figure this out and figure out how to make my dreams come true riding a dirt bike. And the Monster Jam family definitely set up a great platform for us to be out here, traveling the country each and every weekend, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
TJ, congratulations for a great weekend here. Make some noise for your best trick competition winner, TJ Tiffany.
Congratulations once again to TJ Tiffany. Sweeping the weekend is no easy task when you have the talent that we do out on the track. But before we get back into the Monster Jam truck action, let's take another look up at the video board and see where things stand. It's pretty tight up there at the top. Megalodon and Thunderoris each exchanging first and second place finishes. And when that happens, you're going to wind up with a tie, 15 points apiece. Gravedigger still within striking distance, especially when you're talking about the talent that Tyler Meninga has. He's 4 points off the lead, and it's just get her done too. A great bounce back so far for Alex Barton. He's in 4th place with 9. Kraken has 8. We've got another tie, El Toro Loco and Excalibur, each with 5 points apiece, and Monster Mutt Dalmatian has 4. But there are still 16 points up for grabs for first place finishes, so anybody can walk away with that overall event championship. Coming up next, we're going to see Monster Jam Donuts, and just like we had in the Freestyle Motocross Best Trick Competition, it is 1 attempt from our drivers and 1 attempt only. As the official judges, you want to look for the speed of the rotations, the creativity. Do they add anything extra? Maybe they take their hands off the wheel. Maybe they take the steering wheel off completely. You can try to count the number of revolutions. Look for all of that and more as the official judges at judgeszone.com. That's coming up next with the donut competition. All right, Duluth, you look good out there, and you look like you are set for the second half of Monster Jam. And right on cue, it is time to get back behind the wheel of those amazing Monster Jam trucks for the dizziest competition we have, the aforementioned Monster Jam Donut Competition, where once again, your scores and your scores alone are going to determine who walks away the winner and the recipient of 8 more points towards the overall event championship. So, who's ready for Monster Jam Donuts? Up first, Alex Barton, just get her done too.
Let's hear it for Alex Barton. Just get her done too. John, probably the cleanest donut I've seen from Alex Barton thus far here this weekend in Duluth. Lots of revolution, some nice speed there, and especially a good one to kick things off.
Definitely, Kay. I think he's put together a very good event. Remember, it's easy to take for granted this is his first time ever this weekend driving Just Get Her Done 2. A little bit of growing pains in the first two events, but he has bounced back in a big way. It is not easy to set off any competition, specifically Monster Jam Donuts, but he was up to the task. Let's see the scores. 7.739. There's your score to beat. Coming up next, Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon.
Let's hear it for Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon. Get those scores locked in right now for our second competitor, Megalodon and Brandon Toluchka. Getting some revolutions there. There's the QR code there as well if you need that QR code at judgeszone.com.
So far this weekend, Brandon Toluchka perfect in the donut competition. 2 wins in 2 tries. Seemed like the truck didn't have all the power that he needed there. A little bit slower of a donut, but still a very well executed donut. Let's see your scores from judgeszone.com. 6.945. So for the first time this weekend, we will have a new donut competition winner. Up next, Logan Ashline, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Logan Ashline, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Taking the puppy for a walk, but ends up chasing its tail there. Getting dizzy out on the track. Some great speed, great revolutions there from her as well. Showing off there at the far end of the track. Get those scores locked in. You've got about 3 seconds left.
And I love the live look in from that onboard camera. There it is again. While she was in that donut, you can see even through the visor the intensity and the focus that it takes to stay on the throttle. Will it be enough for that top spot? 7.739 is your score to beat. Your score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is... Yes, it will. 8.905. New leader, Logan Ashline. Next competitor, Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur.
All right, you can show some love right now to Mike Pagliarulo and Excalibur. And you can get those scores locked in. Not the donut I'm sure he wanted to attempt there at the closest end of the track there. Not a lot of revolutions there. Looks like he might have gotten caught up from something maybe. Time to get those scores locked in. Score now, judgeszone.com.
Hard to tell, Kay, from up here exactly what went wrong. He was off to a good start. Everything looked perfect. And then just kind of lost the power. Maybe he lost his footing on the throttle. Again, you've got to stay locked in those donuts. But either way, let's see the scores for Excalibur. 3.906. That's not going to be enough to get it done here today. Up next, Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken.
Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken, creating the Dust Bowl of 2024 down there out on the track. By far, I think the speediest donuts we have seen so far in this competition. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. There you see the original super glue glued to the action replay.
That one had to feel pretty good for Nick Pagliarulo, not only because it was a great donut, but because yesterday he was unable to compete in this competition. So back with a vengeance. Score to beat right now, 8.905. Your score for Kraken is... new leader, 9.310. Here comes Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger.
Let's hear it for Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. And speaking of Gravedigger, there it is up on the video board. You can see he's digging the hole there with the donuts. You can see the exposed concrete. Really digging into those donuts there from Gravedigger. Get those scores locked in. Was it enough to take the top spot? That will be up to you and only you to decide.
Good example of two different kinds of donuts from those last two runs. Definitely a bit more controlled from Gravedigger, but maybe more revolutions along the way than the one we saw from Kraken. Speaking of Kraken, he's got the score to beat, 9.310. Your score for Gravedigger is... good, but not good enough. 9.041, second place for Tyler Menninga. Final two competitors for Monster Jam Donuts. Up first, Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris.
Let's hear it for Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. Take a look at the video board there when you see the replay. The steering wheel out of the windshield there from Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris. There it is up on the video board. You might be able to get a sneak peek there. During his run, he takes the steering wheel off, pushes it out of the window. There he goes, right there, out the front windshield. Get those scores locked in.
I think that's the first time all weekend we've seen a donut with a steering wheel detached. Tony Oaks leaving nothing held back right now. Score to beat is a good one, though. 9.310. Your score for Thunder Roris is... by a razor's edge. But that is still enough. 9.315. He will take over the top spot. It's Chelsea Van Cleve, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for Chelsea Van Cleve, El Toro Loco. Uses the smoke there as well on her donut attempt. And now it's time to see the outcome of her scores.
Kicked up on the pod just a little bit. And it's unfortunate because that stopped all of the momentum she was building. And sometimes that's all it takes. You've got to be hyper aware of where you are out on the track. It was a good donut. I think she was on her way to a great donut, but the momentum stalled just a bit because of the side of the pod kicking up those rear tires. I hope that you locked in those scores. 20 seconds are gone. Let's see your scores. That will not be enough here today, and that means your winner, Thunder Roris. Tony Oaks starts the second half the same way he started the first half, with a big-time win, and it's been a big-time day for Thunder Roris.
You got the win here. Crazy momentum there on your donut run. You even showed some of that concrete there that you were spinning wild. That is great momentum coming into the very last competition. How do you feel?
Man, I feel good. You know, the two-wheel skills, I didn't mean to come and roll that truck over like that. I kind of misjudged my speed over here. Almost saved it, but unfortunately, the tech officials made the right call. The truck didn't look like it was going to save. They shut me off. And you know what? That's Monster Jam. That's the name of the game. But we're back up here on top of this pile for redemption. But you know what? I know y'all did not come here to see racing, two-wheel skills, and donuts. Y'all came here for freestyle. So Duluth, let's freestyle!
Another congratulations to Tony Oaks. We'll take a final look there at the winning donut. Steering wheel off and all. It is tough to follow his energy, but I'm going to do my best. First, let's take a look at the BKT overall event standings. And with that win, Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris really creating space there. 23 points. He is 6 points ahead of the next closest competitor, which is Gravedigger and Megalodon. So they still have an outside chance of potentially jumping up and grabbing that overall event championship. But with only 8 points left, it is going to be very difficult. So this one may be all over but the shouting. Then we've got Kraken with 15. After that, Just Get Her Done, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, El Toro Loco, and Excalibur have officially been eliminated for the overall event championship, but they're trying to end out the weekend with a big freestyle win and maybe even play spoiler along the way. Speaking of freestyle, that's what's coming up next. Drivers have 60 seconds, 1 full minute to come out here and tear up this track, but they must complete at least 15 seconds in order to qualify for a score. If they get past that, you're looking for using all the obstacles, creativity, flow, balance, momentum, and you're always looking for that little something extra, the wow factor. Coming up next in freestyle.
I'm back in the stands with my new friend Penelope, and we are going to play the helmet shuffle. We're going to take a look at the video board, and the helmets are going to hide the trophy. They're going to mix it around, and Penelope's going to let us know where she thinks the trophy is hiding. But all of you fans right here can also help us out. You can help Penelope out, all right? Penelope, are you ready? Say yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay, sounds good. All right, we're dropping the helmets here. They're up on the video board. It's in the second one. Now, they're shuffling. I just blinked and I lost it. Where did it go? Do you know where it is? Okay, I see one. I see a lot of ones. I saw two. I saw one. One, one, one. Penelope, everybody's saying one. Do you agree with them? Yes? What is it? One? One.
Yeah.
One? Okay, we're going with one. Is it under number one? It's not under number two. Is it under number three? It's not, so it's under number one. Congratulations. Guess what? You are coming home with a Truckin' Pals Gravedigger Puff Truck, and you can get yours on the concourse right now. Thank you. All right, Duluth, I need each and every one of you to help me get freestyle started. Everyone, take out your phones, light them up, and we are going to move our phones up and down to the beat. Are you ready? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep it going. We have reached the pinnacle of today's event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. some love to Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken. A wild run there from Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken, trying different moves there out on the pod. And a good first Monster Jam attempt there for the freestyle. That was going to set the tone and the bar for the rest of the field. Here, as we take a look at the Super Glue glued to the action replay, it is a highlight package, so use it to get those scores locked in accurately and fairly. Your scores are about to be locked in.
Nick Pagliarulo leaving nothing held back, maybe amped up after that donut competition run. Really pushed it to the limit here in freestyle. And of course, sometimes that's what you can get on the final event of the weekend. Let's see your scores for Kraken. 7.495K. It seemed like rolling over didn't really hurt his score all that much. Sometimes, you know, these Monster Jam fans like a little bit of chaos in freestyle.
Absolutely, and he does a little extra there. If you saw some of those sparks flying, it's actually him using those brakes to kind of make everything glow. He's kind of known for it. He does it a lot in the Stadium Series, and he's doing it right here in this Summer Arena Series. So it's just a little extra that he does.
And it's crazy because Kraken may be the best designed truck that competes here in Monster Jam, but Nick does not let that cool design stop him from trying to tear the body off each and every single time.
Absolutely not. I mean, he is out there making sure that that fiberglass body tries to stay put together. I know he goes through a few of them throughout our first quarter series. So, yeah, definitely is pretty cool looking, the fiberglass design.
And there she is, Logan Ashline, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Let's hear it for Logan Ashline and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Mixing in some technical driving there as well throughout her freestyle run. Using some of those log stacks to get some poppers going and some great momentum there throughout her run. Time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. If you've not started scoring, you can do so at any time, and this is the perfect time to get those scores in.
All in all, I thought a very effective run from Logan Ashline. Some big air, great throttle rhythm, slowed it down with some technical moves. Now it's time to find out the scores. 7.495 is your score to beat. The score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is New leader, 8.220. Back to Tomfoolery Motorsports, this time with Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur.
Let's hear it for Mike Pagliarulo and Excalibur. Get those scores locked in. An unfortunate just rollover there. Might have just gotten caught up a little bit there. You can see the super glue glued to the action replay again. Use that replay to help you get those scores locked in throughout that run. You'll see that highlight package. There it is. Just gets caught right there on the front BKT tire if you just saw that. Takes the tumble. Nonetheless, we want to know what you think about that run.
Bicycles have become a favorite of all the superstars so far here this weekend. Really pulling out all the stops is young Mike Pagliarulo. Now let's see your scores for Excalibur. 6.067, rolling over, leaving a little bit of time on the clock. Definitely hurt him right there. Score to beat will continue to belong to Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Kay, when I look at the scores right now, I would say so far the fans have nailed it in terms of the top three.
Absolutely, and you know, we always say sometimes that the judges' zone isn't maybe the fairest, but I think right now what we're seeing in those top spots is absolutely fair. We've seen some great runs, and the scores are reflecting exactly what we're seeing on the track.
Not only do I think where each of those competitors has fallen to this point is accurate, but I also think the scores themselves are pretty spot on. I would say Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Logan Ashline definitely needed to be in that 8 to an 8.5 range, and she falls right in the middle. So I think the fans here in Duluth definitely showing some great Monster Jam knowledge.
Yeah, Logan Ashline and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, I mean, she has been doing very well, being consistent throughout the Monster Jam freestyle competitions in these last events here this weekend. So kudos to her for having the lead right now with that 8.220.
We'll see if that score holds up. Tough contender for that top spot coming up next. It's Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris. He could be lining up for a backflip attempt.
Make some noise for Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. He lands the backflip. Will this be able to be the run that will put him in the top spot? That is up to you and only you. Your sole discretion here at judgeszone.com. Great elevation off of that backflip ramp too, and continues on. Last night he did the backflip and was not able to finish out. And here he does right here for the very last time.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Kay. That was a picture-perfect backflip, especially off of that tricky 8-pack. And a nice bow right there from Tony Oaks. Score to beat, 8.220. The score for Thunder Roris is... brand new leader and a big-time score for Tony Oaks as he looks to go back-to-back with freestyle wins and overall event victories. Let's check out the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay one more time. Here's the lineup, and you cannot hit the ramp any smoother. And you can see the elevation was great, landing a little crooked, but smooth enough to continue the run with about 15 or 20 seconds left on the clock. What a wild ride Tony Oaks just took us all on here this afternoon. And that may have sealed the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Might be the exclamation point that he was looking for his second overall event championship in a row. Still a little bit to go, but he has put himself in a phenomenal position with that big time run. It's Chelsea Van Cleve, El Toro Loco.
Let's give it up for Chelsea Van Cleve, El Toro Loco. Time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Chelsea Van Cleve with the wild, crazy run there. You can see just a little too much there on the front tires and knocks her over. Time to get those scores locked in. What did you think about that run? As we take a look.
Nice shot there of the JCB Dirt Squad and the entire recovery team jumping out to get El Toro Loco back on all four tires. Like Kay said, she came up just a little bit short on the nose wheelie. Let's see your scores at judgeszone.com. 7.442. All in all, still a pretty good score for Chelsea Van Cleve. Kay, when you look at what went wrong, you know, we always talk about the center of gravity on a Monster Jam truck, and I think she was just a little bit past the threshold, and that's how you wind up on the lid like that.
Yeah, and also, too, I think just what happened is that she tried to balance herself out, and then that's when the tumble took place. But nonetheless, I really thought it was a pretty great, consistent run there for Chelsea Van Cleve and El Toro Loco. You know, she's been part of that international series, been seeing a lot of different variations of tracks, whether it be a stadium, whether it be arenas. So it's really great to see her here on the domestic side of things.
Absolutely, and as somebody like myself who has seen her compete a lot over the last year or so, you know, it's nice to see her really try out some new things, push the limits of the truck, especially in the freestyle competition. You can see a lot of that tentativeness that every rookie in Monster Jam is going to have. It's really just washing away before our very eyes for Chelsea Van Cleve, and for that matter, for Logan Ashline as well.
Also, you got to remember that Chelsea Van Cleve and El Toro Loco has had to compete against some of the best, even in international, from Matt Cody and Gravedigger to Barry Musauer and the Black Panther to even the veteran Charlie Pauken and Megalodon.
Three competitors remain. Up first, Alex Barton, Just Get Her Done 2.
Let's show some love to Alex Barton and Just Get Her Done too. We are taking a look there at his highlight package on the video board as we await to see the outcome of your scores at judgeszone.com. Remember, you've got now about 8 seconds left there at judgeszone.com to get those scores locked in.
He leaves a little bit of time on the clock, and it's not apparent from up here exactly what was going wrong with that truck, but it's easier to feel it while you're in the seat and you've got the horsepower underneath you. Maybe he just knew that it could not continue, or maybe it wasn't the best to continue with just a few seconds left in freestyle. Let's see your scores. 5.805 for Just Get Her Done 2. Here's Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon.
Let's hear it for Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon. Starting everything off there with a technical move. That's a little bit of his signature style there when he uses that log stack to really start off his freestyle run. And he was tied with Tony Oaks there at the half. It came down to freestyle here between him and Tony Oaks of Thunderosaurus last night. Will it be enough to make him jump up to the top? That will be up to you to decide here as 3 seconds are left on the clock.
Very good run, like you mentioned, Kay, and really slowing down the pace, but I don't think that hurt him at all. Let's see the score for Megalodon. It did not hurt him at all. 8.559. Sometimes it takes a lot of guts to go slow in freestyle, but it allows you to hit a lot of different moves, and that's what we saw from Brandon Toluchka right there, and he is rewarded with a second place finish for now, but your score to beat is still with Thunderosaurus with just one competitor left this weekend. Your reigning, defending freestyle world champion, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger.
Let's hear it for Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. He is our final competitor here of our Monster Jam Freestyle competition, which means you're about to crown a freestyle champion and our overall event champion. Get those scores locked in right now, judgeszone.com.
Great throttle rhythm, great balance, no wasted motion at all from Tyler Menninga. Even going for that sidewall donut, or maybe even going for that trick he has been teasing. He keeps telling me that he's trying something different, and he hasn't quite been able to get it so far this weekend, but that's why he is an innovator. That's why he is the reigning freestyle world finals champion. Did he do enough to walk away with the win? We are about to find out your freestyle scores. Nice ovation right there. Score to beat, remember, 9.468. The score for Gravedigger is... good score, but it is not enough. 8.995. That means your freestyle winner and your overall event champion is that man, Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. After a very good night last night, where he was able to break the tie with a freestyle win and walk away with an overall event championship, here on a Sunday, he does it again, but this time in dominating fashion. Your winner, Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris.
Back to back here. What a weekend for you to wrap things up here by claiming the very last overall event championship.
You know, this is awesome. Last year, we brought Thunder Roars here for the very first time. Had a very successful weekend. Come out on top with an event championship there. Coming out this weekend with 2 out of 3 event championships, 2 freestyle wins. Man, I couldn't be happier. And these guys right here, all credit to them. They have worked hard on that truck all week long. You know what I say? When it rains, it pours. When something breaks on that truck, it just seems like it keeps going and going and going for one weekend straight. And they've had to deal with it all weekend, fixing one thing after another, but they've done a fantastic job. And they're the reason that we're standing here right now. You awesome Monster Jam fans are the reason we're standing here right now. Duluth, let me hear you roar!
What an event. What a weekend for Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris. 2 out of the 3 overall event championships. Big time competition wins along the way. And he gets to leave Duluth with bragging rights here, as he can tell the rest of the field, I got more trophies than anybody else. We hope that you guys had a great time here this weekend and this afternoon. For K Young, I'm John Sapanero. On behalf of Feld Entertainment, we'd like to thank you for coming out. We hope you had fun, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.
The keys in the ignition, so drivers fire your engines. It's a battle to the end. Never give up, never give in. It's grit and guts, dirt and dust. Get out your seat and put your hands up. That's right, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right, let's go. This is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. It doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. Yeah. It's wheelies and backflips, donuts and burnouts and walk-its. Full throttle, head to head. You be the judge of which truck's gonna win. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. It doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam.